Alright, there's good reason why I haven't done a wrestling video in a long time, and it's not because I don't care, because I still do watch the shows. It's just I don't care enough to make a video talking about it because nothing has happened. I mean, it's been like June was the last time, I think. June or July was the last time I made a video and nothing's happened. I mean, I'm gonna talk about this with Jeff and his new belt because he is my favorite wrestler, and if I would feel stupid, if I didn't address it. But it's not as, as, having your favorite wrestler be the champion. Usually you're like, oh, hell yeah, and, you're happy about it. I'm kind of in the middle. It's just like, whatever, for me. But let me talk about some things that are at least remotely positive. Motor City Machine Guns still having the belts over 120 something days blows my mind because I'm surprised they even got it in the first place because TNA doesn't appreciate them at all. I mean, these guys should be in ROH, to be honest. I mean, that's where they would be used, like fighting, World's Greatest Tag Team and people like that. And because, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin are now in ROH, I think they'd have great matches with Motor City. And, Motor City would have great matches with a lot of other ROH tag teams, but it's just like, they don't do anything with them here. I mean, they're the champs, but, I mean, if they last to be the champs, for another 200 days, I mean, yeah, sure, if they're the longest reigning, but beer money, that's beer money right now. But it's just, yeah, they're champs, but it's just like, it's too late, they should have done that like 3 years ago. They should have been champs like, a long, long time ago. They're like one of the few tag teams that are left, and but yeah, in my opinion, that's one of the only good things left is the fact that they're the champs in TNA. That's one of the few good things left in TNA. The whole thing with the ECW originals is just a waste of time to me. I mean, they didn't really do anything with it. They just stretched it out, and now they have like 4 factions in the company, and now they're destroying all the factions. Sabu's gone, Raven's gonna be gone. I'm sure, Tommy Dreamer will leave pretty soon. It's just a waste of time. I mean, I guess it's to compete with Nexus and stuff like that, but I don't find Nexus very interesting. But the thing is, I kind of find them more interesting than like Immortal and not as much. Fortune's probably the coolest faction in TNA right now. I mean, Fortune makes sense, because it's all original TNA originals and Ric Flair. Ric Flair's the only old person in the group. Every other group has like 5 or 6 old people in it. So the reason it's more interesting than Nexus to me is because no, reason Nexus is a little bit more interesting. Not very much, but a little bit more interesting than EV2 and the ECW originals and Immortal and all that stuff is because they're young and they're rookies, kind of like how Fortune is. It's a little bit more interesting. It's like rookie NWO, pretty much. It's like the Nexus is pretty much NWO, but with a bunch of rookies, a bunch of people trying to make names for themselves. That's about it. But then again, there are very few people in the group that are actually interesting. Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel, Husky Harris, and Michael McGillicuddy. I mean, they're all pretty good guys. I mean, good wrestlers, and they have a future, but they need to get out of Nexus. And that's the only thing I find interesting about Nexus is that they're losing people and then gaining people. That's what they need to do more with these factions in TNA because it's not interesting unless somebody gets kicked out and then becomes a good guy, or somebody, gets, fired and becomes like a lot of people in Nexus could go on and become good guys like right now, like Gabriel and Slater, but they just don't do it just because they have nothing else better to do with them pretty much. But yeah, TNA is just doing things that are just ridiculous. I mean, like Shark Boy's a referee now. Eric Bischoff comes out in a gi, which he always does. I mean, he's done in WCW, WWF, shit like that, but then he makes, oh, let's make JB read stupid shit off of a card, and then I'll fucking punt him in the head. Oh, yeah, yeah, everybody loves that. It's just stupid. It's like a waste of time. Like, I'll be watching it, and it's just like, okay, another lame-ass segment written by Bischoff and Russo, pretty much. I mean, it's just, it's so bad, and, like, they got rid of, like, the 2 best commentators that they had on the show. They're both gone now, so what are you going to do? They should have kept going with those 2. I mean, I'd rather listen to them than, no offense to Mike Tenay and Taz, but, wrestlers are way better commentators than, real commentators. So, yeah, just to be honest, it's all going to hell, like, all over again. I mean, it just reminds me of back in 2005. I mean, that sounds so stupid. Way back in 2005 when Christian and Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe and, the real good wrestlers that weren't over 50 years old were wrestling on TNA, and the show actually had a future. Now it just seems like it's full of old people that don't know when to lie down when they need to lie down. No offense to Randy the Ram Robinson, but yeah, I got way more respect for that guy than Hogan or any of these assholes. But now on to the shit with they and the new regime and the Immortals and all that shit and how Jeff Hardy's involved. I don't mind it because it was a twist. I mean, Jeff Hardy being heel, I mean, it's different, and I really enjoy his promos as a heel. I mean, I think he's better as a heel on the mic than he was as a face on the mic, because everything when he was a face on the mic, it was just like, hell yeah, woo, like everything was just like, yeah, party, like, like just like trying to get the fans behind him and stuff like that. Now it's like, reminds me a lot of, they're trying to do like a Ultimate Warrior thing, it seems, with him, just like the stuff that he says. Ultimate Warrior's, his promos were more about drugs, you know. At least that's what me and my friends used to get out of it. At least I have some friends who used to be big Ultimate Warrior fans, and they've watched like DVDs of him doing promos, and it's not stuff that he says like coursing through my veins and stuff like that. It sounds like he's talking about Vince. A lot of the stuff, it sounds like he's talking about Vince giving everybody in the business drugs and talking about how they poison his mind and his body and stuff like that. That's what the Ultimate Warrior used to shoot promos about. Jeff Hardy's new promos are more like about him being the Antichrist of professional wrestling or whatever. And just stuff like, like trying to be all philosophical and like saying like shit that, of course nobody's going to understand and stuff like that. But it's whatever. I mean, and the belt, I've heard people say it looks like the Divas belt. It looks more like an old Ultimate Warrior belt to me. I mean, how Ultimate Warrior used to have the different colored straps and stuff like that. And it just looks like a big face mask to me. It doesn't look like the stupid fucking butterfly thing. I wish they would have gone different colors. Maybe like, instead of the blue on the title, maybe like green, because green and purple match more his colors. But I don't hate it, but, hopefully it's only for him. It's like his spinner belt, pretty much. I can't believe I just compared it to spinner belt. It's the only reason it's like the spinner belt is because it's meant to sell toys, pretty much. I think they're going to make a toy of this, and then it'll sell because, kids like Jeff Hardy, even whether he's heel or not, he's colorful and way fucking out there, and that's why kids like him. I mean, that's what attracted me to him as a kid. So, yeah, it's only like the spinner belt in the way that it will probably only be on Jeff Hardy. If they change the belt back, they'll bring back the old belt, and it kind of means that Jeff Hardy's going to be the champ for a while if they're going to change the belt and leave it like this, which is, they're making him the champ because he gets the name out there. I mean, him and RVD are, big top names for this, even though they do have all these old school guys, and the TNA originals, like people like AJ and stuff like that. And personally, with them having this belt, this is Jeff Hardy's belt now and it's nobody else's. AJ's kind of the top champ now. The television championship, even though it's pretty much worthless the way they've treated it, pretty much, he's still pretty much the main champ. I mean, he's held that belt for like over 200, almost 300 something days. Pretty soon it's gonna hit that. And I mean, it's funny, every time AJ has a match, it seems like they just make it for the television championship, even if like, it wasn't supposed to be. It's just like, oh, you got a match, oh, just make it for that so you can defend it, because he never defends it. It's just on him all the time, just like the women's tag championships are on Taylor Wilde and Hamada, which is cool. I mean, I like Taylor Wilde and Hamada, but they haven't defended those belts in like, I think 3 months. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, TNA is just all out of whack, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're thinking, but the thing with Jeff Hardy, I mean, it's fine. I mean, hopefully it'll get some people watching TNA, and that'll be good for it, but I don't have a problem with him having the belt or having the belt like this, because everybody knows when Dixie Carter comes back, they're going to rechange the belt, make it the old belt again. It's just a phase. It's just to sell toys and stuff like that. And I mean, Jeff Hardy being my favorite wrestler, I mean, you think I'd be more excited about him being champ? Oh, but maybe it's just because it's a heel championship run instead of a face app championship run. But still, I am actually enjoying his promos and stuff like that. So I'm not hating it, but I'm just kind of in the middle about it. I mean, I'm glad that he's champ, and it's just I feel weird because I feel like I should be more into it, but I'm not. I'm just kind of like in the middle, and it's okay. It's not terrible, but TNA is just making a lot of mistakes lately, and it's going bad.